Hi everyone. So here we have a bar representing the 400 people that participated in the walkathon. And I've divided this bar into 20 different units. And the reason why I chose 20 units is because looking at the decimals that were given, 0.2 of them were boys, 0.15 of them were girls, and 0.35 of them were men, I noticed that all of these decimals could be expressed with a common denominator of 20. And here I've shown how I did that. And if you need to pause the video to see how I got a common denominator of 20 for each of these decimals, you can go ahead and do that. So as you can see, 0.2 can be expressed as 4 out of 20 units. So that expresses how many boys there were. So 4 of those units were boys, and 3 of the units were girls, which is 0.15, and then 0.35 of the 400 people were men, and that worked out to be 7 units. Here we go. So now the next question is, let's use a white chalk here. If there were 400 people and we divided this into 20 units, how many people does one unit represent? So we divide 400 by 20 and the answer is 20. So each of these units represents 20 people. Okay, 20 people per unit. All right, so how many units are left? And we're told that the rest were women. So these remaining units here represent the women, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units left over. Okay, so we know that we have 6 units and that each unit represents 20 people. 6 times 20 will be 120. So we had 120 women, and how many men were there? There were 0.35 men, which came out to 7 units of men. So 7 times 20 people per unit for men is 140 men. And the question asks how many more men were there than women? Well, 140 minus 120 is 20. So there were 20 more men than women there. And another way that we could have answered this question is we could have added up those decimals. So 0.2 plus, which is the same as saying 0.20, right? 0.2 plus 0.15 plus, oh, you know what? I have to correct something. Here I wrote 0.13 for some reason, but what I really meant to write is 0.35. Sorry if that was confusing. Okay, let's get back to things. So here I've got 0.35. So added together, that comes to 0.70. So I could have said 0.70 times 400, which is how many people there were, is equal to 280. So 0.70, that included the girls, boys, and men. So that came out to 280. And if I wanted to find out how many women there were, I would just subtract 280 from 400, and I would get, once again, 120. And then, if I was told that 0.35 of them had been men, I could have said 0.35 times 400, which would have given me 140 once again. And I can subtract 140 from 120, and I would once again end up with 20 more men than women.